4, 3,
Tech is great.
2, 1. All right. We should be live. Just gotta make sure it's not being trash, because sometimes it's trash.
Chat if you're alive.
Oh, I think it's doing something. All right, we're live. Let me pause that so it doesn't use up memory. So, if anyone is watching, which probably not because I haven't tweeted it out yet. Yeah, first episode of my new War Thunder podcast, or War Thunder News podcast, with two of my mods, Pilot and PG Noob, and one of my regular Discord members. What name do you go by this time?
This is a very hard question.
Sexy boy.
Let's just see your boy. No, I'll just be Tech. I'll be Texas. You just call me Texas. Okay.
All right, Texas.
The entire state of Texas.
He is indeed the entire state of Texas.
I represent the entire state of Texas.
Yep.
The entire country of Texas.
The
Just
country.
North here.
Oh, thanks, phone. I really wanted you to buzz me there. Anyways, it's fine because I don't think anyone's watching right now. Anyways, I haven't tweeted it out or everyone it out.
Okay. What's the?
Someone just text me. How do you know this phone number? That's weird.
Probably mistyped. Okay, let's see here. 2 and 900.
You realize
Channel
it's linked
1.
on the Discord, right?
It's not linked yet. That's the issue because I'm trying to figure out how
no,
to.
it is. I see the green or the blue.
Oh
Purple.
yeah.
Purple is the purple. Yeah, that's what it's called.
But it's still saying Grind Thunder. I changed the name and nothing happened.
Yeah, it still says
No, on
Grind
Twitch
Thunder.
it doesn't say grind, or it does say Twitch on.
It says
it
Grind
says
Thunder.
Grind Thunder on Twitch. Yeah.
Of course it does.
About me. It's just a schedule soon. Schedule. It's just him deciding between PCs. It's pretty neato. Oh wait, no, I have to log in. I ain't about that life. I ain't about that login
Alright.
life, fam.
Now that I got that sent out to everybody, let me just bring this up so we can get there. All right. So, the way I'm doing this, well, I haven't totally found out exactly how I want it all to roll just yet. First episode. So, essentially what we're going to just go in a bit more depth than I do in my normal YouTube videos on the news of War Thunder. And I think in future episodes I'll mix up the guests and see if I can get other YouTubers on if it goes well. Anyways, and the other thing is this will be turned into a video and put onto my YouTube channel. So if you aren't here to see the intro, don't worry. But anyways, first topic is the addition of the Japanese Navy. Let's just go around the table. Pilot, what's your thoughts on this? How do you feel about it?
Interesting so far. Like, I don't know exactly what the vehicles are, but again, it's naval, so.
Yeah, naval has had the unfortunate issue of being irrelevant, or not irrelevant, but people don't seem to care about it too much.
Yeah, definitely. It's also kind of been squandered with the early release of PT packs.
That's what I think kind of killed it. To start off is like, oh, we're just gonna do boats or small boats, because when you think of World War II Navy, you think of big ships, not PT boats. So now that's all people ever think about it when they have another issue with it is with the PT boats is it's really compressed. Like if you thought like top tier tanks is compressed, Navy is much worse. It's just all you get to kill everything below you and get killed by everything above you.
Yep, as well as the PT packs that were introduced way too soon. They were all $30, and who wants to go back to a game mode where you paid $30 for a reserve boat? Like, yeah.
Well,
$30 for a reserve boat sounds legit. How much you took?
oh yeah, Texas, you're gonna have to speak up a bit more.
Okay. Awkward silence.
Yeah, well, I was typing to something. But like, I'm hoping that like Gaijin kind of starts to realize what isn't working and what is working, and I don't know, maybe they like change the battle rating to fit naval more so than it does the rest everything other trees. Um, and really, they got to move away from the tank gameplay mode that they have, where you capture the points. It doesn't work with naval forces.
Yeah, I bet.
Why are you guys so quiet, PG? Texas?
Oh yeah. No, I was waiting for my turn to speak.
You turn to speak as whenever. You just talk, man.
I'm just figuring out how to
This isn't like a conference meeting. It's a podcast about like
I'm
video
sorry,
game.
okay, I can
You
barely
now
find
have
something more to say.
authorization to speak. Carry on.
So well, yeah, the topic of the Japanese Navy, it gives both creators and the people who play those ships a good amount of variety. But the thing that needs to be added way before, or that had to be added way before all of this, and I mean top tier jets, Japanese Navy, any type of Navy, it's a bloody game mode that it could actually exploit every single needy thing that these ships can do. And I feel that's the thing that's missing from naval, and that's, I mean, bringing another nation into naval, it isn't gonna revive it. It's gonna revive it, yeah, for like 2 days. The people are gonna get bored because
Mm-hmm.
if the core game mode it's trash, people aren't gonna enjoy it. No matter how much ships they can get access to.
Well, I think that's another major issue with Navy is trying to get access to all those cool ships is takes forever. Like you can do really well. Uh, if your team loses, it seems that you only get 1,000 RP, and if your team wins, you might get a little bit more, maybe 2,000, and it's like 10,000 to unlock a light cruiser. Like it's unreasonable, especially like also the higher tier rank 2 and 1 things also have take a crazy amount of time to grind. Well, a viewer had made a comment saying, "I think Submarine Hunter is one of the last steps to regular submarines. Can't wait for Type XXI submarine. 21, I think that is. Yeah. So, anyways, that's another thing people have been asking about when it comes to Navy is submarines. Do you ever think that subs are gonna come?
I would not be surprised, especially with all the testing. The thing about real submarines is that the gameplay would literally just be camping.
Yeah.
That would be
Absolutely.
all. That would be the gameplay. You would go find a spot behind an island and camp there till a poor little light cruiser thought it would be a good idea to use the island as cover.
Yeah. Submarines would probably play out a lot like helicopters and Tank RB played out.
Yeah.
Just something that was added to try to revive it, and then end up just hurting the game mode more in total.
Well, they would go hide
whatever
away.
they did.
That
Well,
would really be effective until you get modern and you get guided torpedoes and stuff.
I think that like there's a lot of interesting, cool like right now all we have for ships are essentially floating tanks. They shoot at each other with cannons, and sometimes you use torpedoes, but no one uses torpedoes. And then the boats they're kind of the same. They're spags. It's all the same, and there's a lot of like different variants, not variants, but yeah, well, there's different types of vessels out there that could lead to much more different, interesting gameplay. Unfortunately, the game modes that Gaijin is putting forward with Navy don't allow those styles of gameplay to function. Like what I'm implying here is things like being able to control an aircraft carrier. In the current game mode, that'd be completely useless. But if let's say if there's like some sort of enduring confrontation or something like that, it could be. I think that could lead to a lot more, make the game mode a lot more interesting and different and fun. Although I don't know if enduring confrontation is what we all want.
It's not the solution. It's a breath of fresh air to everyone.
I've been
I mean, an enduring confrontations for planes, for tanks, for ships, helicopters.
During confrontations for tanks wouldn't work as well as than for
yeah.
any other mode.
It would just lead to like spawn camping.
As soon as one side pushes in enough, or one side gets stomped after X period of time, then there's no turning back. Simply because they can just sit in place, right? Where
Like
you can't
it
really have
would,
that with any other vehicle class.
you would have to like really think out on how to make sure situations like that don't happen, and you'd also have to like have a map that doesn't want that to happen. But like, I don't think Gaijin has the. I don't want to be mean, but I don't think they have the talent to successfully pull it off. Like, because from what we've seen in their maps, they always like it seems to accidentally overlook this very obvious spawn camping spot that's right next to the other team's spawn. Um, and some of the maps are just like really small and weird, and there's no nobody ever talks about what map they love the most at War Thunder. Like when I played Battlefield 3 many years ago, people would always talk about, oh, I love this map. But I've never heard anyone say that about War Thunder.
This is true.
Everybody secretly knows it's true, but no one wants to admit it.
Well, let's not get too negative on naval, and let's just kind of talk about the things that they're adding. Oh, actually, the other topic of naval that we can talk about, the addition of anti-ship missiles that was talked about in the announcement. Yeah, it was the announcement dev blog of the PG2. What are your guys' ideas on the addition of anti-ship missiles?
When are they actually being added?
No, they are They are thinking about being added, and what I kind of interpret that as it's kind of like air-to-air missiles and composite armor. Gaijin used to say, "Oh, we're never gonna add that stuff. We have it here."
Yeah.
So
Interesting. It will either be really useless or really overpowered.
well, I think I feel like it would be exactly how helicopters are right now. Is helicopters?
It's gonna be an arcade. It's gonna be arcade.
Yeah, there will either be tons of countermeasures or something so that they're completely, you can defeat them easily, or, there probably won't, and then they'll just end up owning the matchmaker, so.
Well, that's what I was talking about with helicopters. Is they either sit like 16 kilometers outside of the map and just snipe tanks, or get shot down by a Tunguska. And
Yep, yeah. The only, like, practical counter to helicopters that they could have done was, instead of raising plane spawn points, lowering them. Like, at the
yeah, lower.
beginning, you kind of had that, like with the 480 SP jets, and then immediately after the patch, they jacked it up to around like 720.
Because they wanted to make it so people didn't feel like, oh, helicopters are useless. Why'd I buy this thing?
Yeah, exactly. And
Right.
so the natural counter that you had to helicopters was just nerfed in a way that made it so helicopters were able to just roam wild and delete everything in sight. And so that really just resulted in what we have now,
Well,
the
we're kind
ADATS, Tunguska, and automatic.
of speaking of the ADATs or whatever it's called. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
It's gonna be a Tunguska too, just for the US.
I already I can't wait for the Fly Daily who's gonna make like a Tunguska versus ADATS video. And it's gonna be hilarious, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah, just the other half of the matchmaker that was still clean, that was still pure, for cast to be used is now
Cast has
Not
been
even
deleted from the
fair.
game.
cast at top tier is dead, fam. There's no point.
F in the chat for Cass.
I've kind of noticed that. Unfortunately, top
Yeah.
tier, in my opinion, I don't have too much fun on it. It's not
Yeah.
very.
Top tier in general
Well,
is.
It's dead.
Yeah,
That's not very nice. But it's true.
it's the truth. But
Can we
yeah.
get an F in the chat?
Yes, more Fs in the
Oh,
chat.
an F in the chat. I'm not seeing any Fs, guys. I'm disappointed.
Well, see, I haven't read actually the devlog on the AT-ATs yet. From what I understand, it is essentially an American Tunguska with less guns.
It's an American
American
Tunguska with
Tunguska,
worse main gun and missiles
but
that are
it's
designed to kill tanks.
yeah, it has got the basically HOTS. It's got 900 millimeters of pen on all the ATGMs. So yeah. The
It's
Tunguska
a
was powerful from its high explosive. This will be powerful for its heat.
Hmm.
at this point, top tier. It's just a point and click adventure.
Yep, COD.
Yeah,
It's COD, fam.
Yeah.
the new Bradley's missiles are literally just normal hot missiles that go really fast and have air burst.
Yep.
So planes when they get close. It's literally no other difference.
Yeah. Just how
Point and
broken
click
of a
adventure.
vehicle can you add?
Well,
Point and press the pew pew button. Adventure.
about like guided missiles, the other vehicle that was added to well, not added, but got a dev blog was the P9149 or whatever the thing is called. I can't. Strumptus S. Have you guys read about that? I haven't read the dev blog yet. So, what's your thoughts on it?
It's gonna be like the T114 pile of trash. You
No,
hear me?
what was that about the
T1
T114?
You realize who you just said that chatting with? Intelligent buddy.
But,
You're literally
yeah.
chatting with someone who's making a T114 America skin right now.
Oh no!
Now you
Yeah.
done goofed, Johnny.
The 9P149 will just likely be a BMP without a missile. Like, think
we're
Rakit
gonna
Jagdpanzer, but no
we're gonna be
armor at all.
irrelevant.
So,
We're Keaton
kinda-
Jagdpanzer, but it's fun.
Somebody
Base-
brought up tandem warhead ATGMs. Does this thing have those? Because if it does, that would be really interesting. From my understanding, that essentially it like is they are able to get past explosive reactive armor. Well, no one
That
uses
would
that
be
at top tier. Well, the whatchamacallit? Well, that's Russian, so it doesn't really matter. Did every nation abandons explosive reactive armor, but Russia's like, nope, we're keeping it.
Because Russia's paranoid. It's the truth. You may not like
Can
it.
confirm.
Can confirm my country is paranoid.
I am.
He's not Russian.
I don't care.
We buy Russian.
We buy Russia stuff, so
Wait, PG, where are you from?
South America.
that's even better.
He's
Okay,
one of the
definitely
many South
Russia.
Americans here.
Yeah.
The mini more to be.
Oh no, what's this I spot? Oh no. Next topic.
All right. The next topic is the YouTuber tournament. I think this would be a nice meaty one.
Oh yes, nice and meaty.
From what I've gotten, since the day was announced to me via email, I kind of had I was disinterested because I felt as if what would happen is all the big YouTubers, or all the good YouTubers who knew each other, who are like the tryhard ones, they would team together into one team, and that team would just steamroll themselves to the top. And me being a much smaller YouTuber, I knew I couldn't get on that team, and any team I could get on would be other smaller YouTubers who aren't as well known, and most likely are not as good. And so my chances of winning anything were very low, so I was just very uninterested.
Yeah, it looks like that's what happened.
I've just accidentally
You
made the
have
Russian
the
flag.
G Squad team, you have the 4CB team, and then a couple other ones. Like those are basically the main contenders, but the tournament did not go nearly as well as it was planned.
Yeah, well, I don't know of how well it was planned, but
I don't think it
anyways,
was well, but yeah.
the tournament,
Planning,
how it
what planning?
went, first day was shown, it was canceled. It was hilarious what was going on. The
I didn't get to watch it. I'm kind of sad.
oh,
Sounds like fun to watch.
unless you
Well,
like watching a
Bruce.
train wreck in slow motion.
Yo, those are fun to watch, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Like-
it because I was doing better
I just
things.
got like, I just convinced like 10 people to unsubscribe from
But they got Bruce, the voiceover guy that they have for the official War Thunder videos, and then Fly Daily to be commentators. And Bruce, while he does good voiceovers, he doesn't know anything about War Thunder because he doesn't play the game. So he was like making random jokes about stuff, talking about his life. He started talking about global warming and
What?
it. Yeah, he brought up global warming randomly and
I want to
Brexit.
watch this. Does anybody have this recorded? I actually want to watch this now.
I mean, we need a Bruce podcast. That's what we really need.
Yeah, we need to have a podcast. It's just Bruce.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
just call it Lunchtime with Bruce, and it's just
He's
Bruce chatting about
he's a
things
very-
over lunch.
He's a very entertaining character.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd
Oh,
make him a commentator for a tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think Gaijin just went, "Who's a good
the
commentator?"
first-
Oh, Bruce, you're right there. Yeah, you want to do this? He's like, "Yes." Do I want to talk about things?
Yeah, it seems
So-
like that was the first problem that occurred. For the commentators, you had somebody who plays the game but doesn't play it competitively, and that kind of shows in the commentating of the stream. And then
Mhm.
you also had somebody who talks about the game but doesn't play it at all. But yeah,
And then during the tournament or what was going on, I think I was a bit late, but the first match was there was what was it, G Squad? Essentially the U.S. tryhards, and then all the big Russian YouTubers. I forgot what their name was.
So basically World War III, but in Warsaw.
Yeah, they went up against each other, and then there was some sort of technical issue where
yeah.
the Russian team couldn't say, "Oh, we don't want to play boat RB, or not RB, boat arcade," and something didn't go through, and they end up playing boat arcade.
And they lost.
Yeah. Then they lost.
Until Russia launched
So,
3 nukes to the
there
US.
There were a couple technical issues with the tournament. As far as I understand it, the first match that was had, the issue wasn't about banning. That was Alcon After's match, or like the next match later. But the first one was the flight models were all screwed up.
Oh.
So apparently, what happened was in the last YouTuber Cup, which was a Russian one, there was they complained about the map Poland because it's simply just really unbalanced. And so this time Gaijin tried to take the arcade version of Poland, where it's got the 3 capture points all in the city instead of having one on the other side of the lake. And that resulted in like taking the arcade map and then putting it into an RB flight damage system. So the planes
Oh,
were
nice.
like hyper boosted, but also retained the same damage model as RB. So you could rudder turn, you could pull like 20 Gs when you're diving. The plane
yes.
the plane couldn't withstand it, so you would see people ripping
You would still
without
tear.
being able- Yeah. So
You could tear your own wings while going 200 kilometers per hour.
yeah, biggest technical problem that was seen during the tournament. Though a couple of matches later, or the next match, Alcon After apparently allegedly stated that he wasn't able to change the game mode, or he wouldn't be able to ban a certain lineup, so he ended up playing Naval. However, after losing 2 matches of Naval, he decided to speak up about it, which is strongly indicative of I don't know.
Man, this is like watching
Malicious
Assassin's
behavior.
Creed Black Flag on E3 all over again.
Yeah.
Well, from what I've heard, a few things, apparently that wasn't his fault. I don't know the details, so I'm not. I don't want to put blame on somebody and like get all the Russians angry.
Yeah, we can't piss off those Russians. You know what happens, Johnny.
But yeah, on the other side as well, um, Kath didn't want to face them again because they had already beaten them twice, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of led into a bad situation from both sides.
And then after that, I believe the next technical issue, because there's a few of them, was that I wouldn't say the stream went down because the stream was still up. They just stopped showing us stuff. I don't know what happened.
The whole
There was like
idea was a fucking technical issue.
there,
No, one of the devs came in screaming about how amazing the update was gonna be, and they had to shut it down.
I wish.
That would have been that would be perfect.
So yeah, I don't know what happened. It just Fly Daily said, "Oh, we'll be right back. We'll be back in 15 minutes."
We'll be right back. Nope.
And then like
he never.
no, it was like 2 matches had passed. Like the entire like defining match on who won the who won that match in the tournament, what team did, it passed. And when we tune back in, there's 2 different teams playing.
Seems legit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then there's probably some smaller technical issues that I'm forgetting. But the other one, the major one that people really got upset about, was that there was a giveaway code. Essentially, the idea was that you watch the stream, eventually a code will be dropped into the chat, and the code can be used 5,000 times individually. Like one person could use the code once, and then that can be done 5,000 times. And there was only there wasn't actually 5,000 people watching the stream at the time. It was like 3,000 on 3,000 on YouTube, 1,000 on Twitch.
So 5,000 people.
No, remember there
Everybody
was
could have gotten
also.
the code.
So everybody announced it on their Discords, European, Canadian,
Yeah,
etc.,
I was gonna say.
However, there was also a Russian stream outside of the English ones, and that's where most of the viewership was from. So the problem was the Russian stream revealed the code like way before the English stream, and so by the time that the English stream got it, it had already been used up tons of times.
Mm-hmm. And then the best part of all is when you try to enter the code, the store was down because, like, I expect them to be able to withstand 5,000 people trying to enter a code.
Well, if
Sky
5,000
should
people enter the website at the same time, the website probably thinks it's getting DDoSed.
That might be it.
So,
It just goes, nope, goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. And then, but the code drama doesn't stop there. Because after people getting upset that they didn't get the code or whatever, Fly Daily
code actually was.
Fly Daily later says, "Oh, there will be a second code that we'll show after this or so match," and so they
Real well.
when the end of the stream was so funny. So the final match plays. Fly Daily puts up the code. It's the same code as last time. And then he says, "Here's the code.
Oh.
Thanks for covering, everyone. Bye." It just immediately ends. And the chat is exploding with people demanding, not demanding, but complaining. You put the same code up. What's the deal?
Give me about 5 minutes.
And of course, it's
Give me
already
back
the
my
code
time.
that's been entered like thousands of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't manage
Sounds
to get
amazing.
the code, you weren't
I'm
really
really
bitching.
sad I didn't get to do this.
If you didn't
Go on.
If you did get the opportunity
Nani?
to get the code, you weren't really missing out on much. It was only 10,000 silver lions, I think 2 boosters, and a decal from one of the stream packs.
Wait,
Or a day of
10,000?
or a day of
10,000
cranium.
silver lions.
What is the code?
Wait, you need 10,000 silver lions?
Yes!
It repairs like a third of a G56.
I can buy my everyday meal with that. I can survive one more day.
Anyways, Yeah, the rewards for the code weren't that great anyways, which was really disappointing. I was hoping for something cool. Uh, but anyways, people went onto the forums asking like, "Hey, Daily put the wrong code up," and the forum mods were saying like, "No, there's only one code a day." Um, so there was obviously some sort of yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah, it seems like a lot of the problems with the tournaments had with miscommu- miscommunication, just most of them in general,
Mm-hmm.
stemming from uh, like
Whole thing with
making of the teams, the code in general, etc., etc. Like the tournament was done by the marketing team, and this wasn't. This was their first time making a tournament. This wasn't by the esports team.
Like they didn't even bother to try to get the esports people involved.
Nope.
esports ready.
Esports ready, fam.
Anyways,
Yeah, there wasn't any play testing or like
It
surveys.
wasn't
or-
anything. It's like they woke up and they said, "Oh, let's make a YouTube tournament."
Dude,
I mean,
that sounds like a great idea.
the most an Asian. Okay. I would say the best way for this to have happened would have been like a YouTuber gets to pick a tournament team, right? So you get like one YouTuber and like 4 tournament players, so they can, run their own teams and commentate on it while also being there and goofy, but it's still somewhat competitive, and
mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah.
that would make everybody a lot more happy, especially with the prizes involved. But yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I suggested on my YouTube video of let's have it be more of a combined thing. So it's not just trying to inflate the YouTubers' egos. Is let's actually let people who participate in tournaments uh, get
Yes.
like actually participate in the tournament, like and get some fame and whatnot. Because they haven't done anything like this since Thunder League. And Thunder League, I think it had some issues. I don't remember what they were. It was a while ago, but it wasn't nearly as bad as there was nothing terrible like this. And it was kind of fun to watch. There's a lot of things that did right in Thunder League. I want to get to that, but first let's talk about the rewards and what exactly they were. I don't have them with me right now, but it was
100,000 golden eagles.
Yeah, 100,000 golden eagles for first place, combined with an E100 and an IS or an IS7, as well as a unique top tier vehicle of your choice, comrade, with a skin.
Texas.
I heard
Turn
that
that off, please.
I heard that cat. If that was a cat.
No, that was he's watching a YouTube video and it bleeds through his headphones because he's like
Oh.
lives in the ghetto or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the cat.
Anyways,
No, that actually isn't me. I'm
See-
sitting here trying to make a freedom skin for my T114 so Yor can use it in the video.
the funny thing is that the rewards, they were massive, like insane amount of golden eagles. I don't think I've ever seen Gaijin give out that many golden eagles. In comparison to the regular tournaments, like what's the most amount of golden eagles someone could win in a tournament that's going on right now, Pilot?
For the grand finals, basically every 3 months there's a season, and after the end of the season, if you get your rating up, you can participate in grand finals. And so the grand final first place prize is 2,500 golden eagles, as well as a type 62 and a Kai 94 2, and I think a couple skins.
Type
But-
62 is pretty good. The Kai 94 too is
No,
terrible.
thanks. Yeah.
It's an interceptor that doesn't get an interceptor spawn.
So, discounting the coupons for the Kai 94 and the Type 62, as well as the E100, there's a massive, massive disparity between the two. Like what they get for, I think, what they get for their one tournament is, I think, the same as the prize fund for 1,003 tournaments. So, getting yicey, but yeah.
Can we get another F in the chat for esports?
For
Um,
your random
Sports
starting
grid.
out, for your random like starting out stock tournament, there's the bronze tournaments, and if you participate in those, play for a couple hours, end up on top first place, you'll get the grand prize of 100 golden eagles.
oh man,
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
Hey, it's 100 more than everybody else has.
I think-
Probably.
this is true.
isn't that like less than $1?
Yeah, it's like 50 cents, but
It's basically, yeah.
you'll get a ton more working on minimum wage than you will playing tournaments. But yeah.
Let's go, chat. I know
Wait.
everything in the chat.
We got lots of F's in them. My chat isn't working. I am confused.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't worry.
same.
Which, why you bully me?
Let's not worry about the F's in the chat. So, like, what I don't entirely get, I think I have an idea about this, but what I don't entirely get is with the tournament system, like, why it costs Gaijin $0 to produce golden eagles. I assume it's just you get to type it on the keyboard. So why don't they just give them away a bit more often? And it's not like everybody's participating in the esports. The
To
only
put it simply, they are lazy. That's
what I think
Not
the
lazy.
reason why they don't do this is because they're concerned about somebody like getting really good, winning a few tournaments, and then selling the account on eBay or wherever you can sell accounts.
But isn't that like illegal? Couldn't
Yeah,
they just put it in their terms of service that that's illegal and then
they
just
do, but
delete
people
the
do it
account?
still.
It is illegal. Wait, that's illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal by their
You weren't supposed to do
EULA
that.
as well. Yeah. So, as far as I can tell, that's not a common occurrence. The vast majority of accounts that I see regularly. I think there's only one or two no names that I've seen that have come and win tournaments, but that's it.
Can we get another F in the chat for esports? Oh, okay, okay. Oh.
Well, I just totally spelled supposed to wrong. Anyways, yeah, that was like the only reason I could think of on why they wouldn't give away more golden eagles. Is because it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't cost you anything to make them. Just go ham wild. And you say it's not very common. Well, so let's get back to the YouTuber Cup. Essentially, it was a complete and utter disaster on all ends. The stream was terrible. The tournament was terrible. Hey, weren't you talking about something about the flight models yeah, it was arcade flight models.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even
There was a
play test
hybrid
it.
of both of them. Yeah, there wasn't any play testing done. Although
What I really
we
gotta
could
like,
for them.
what I really gotta like, was don't. Why was Naval Arcade there? Like, I think that's the most like I don't know if how many people play Naval Arcade, but it's the game mode that's made fun of the most. I can tell you that much.
Silence.
Like honestly, like Air Arcade would make more sense.
Yeah. A pure air lineup would probably roll over quite well. Because I know a couple of the content creators that didn't play the tournament because they don't play tanks. So
Yeah. Well, that should be kind of like. Well, I would. I think they should have it function more like what you call it, squadron battles, because I think that's a pretty good game mode, where you spawn once. So people who are good in aircraft, they can just spawn in an aircraft. But also, there should be like a dedicated air mode. Like that's what the game was. Its back was built upon is aircraft. But now the tournament it had what was it? Oh, yeah, it was modern day tanks, World War II tanks, and naval arcade, which is
yeah, and it was
Seems
early World War
legit.
II tanks as well. Most of the lineups that you see like tend to be within like 4.7 to 6.3, or even 6.3 to 7.7. like there are almost no top tier only tournaments. Those occur like once per week. Most of the lineups you'll see somewhere in between there. So essentially, you have a game mode that nobody plays, you have lineups that nobody plays, and you have a top tier lineup that nobody plays except for like once per week. So I mean, ideally, you'd have stuff like the T3045, the T44, etc. Stuff like in there, maybe a Leopard STB if you wanted to go a bit higher, but yeah.
Um, yeah, like about the lineups actually, is they weren't very balanced. I think it was the Churchill Mark 7 was in there, which had like really good armor and a rather good gun compared to everything else. But you could also just spam T14s. Like everyone could spawn a T14, and that was like quite a lot better than some of the other lineups. I don't remember exactly what they were because the gadget kind of
T114.
not the T114, the T14. It's a rank 2 4.3 US tank. It's like a
Oh,
fat
I
Sherman.
was like,
Still a better tank.
oh, the American heavy
American.
tank. Yeah.
Still a better tank though.
Yeah, so it's OP. It's confirmed OP. American
Alright.
7.7. We have 400 millimeters of turret armor and 380 millimeters of pen. Deal with it.
um, like I don't understand how they didn't like. I don't get how if it was just the marketing team, why did they not even bother to like try to copy what the whatever team whoever's in charge of the esports, if there's like even they have one dude, uh, like why didn't they even bother? I don't know. I there's also a complaint, an easy fix. So all the technical issues, like a lot of times when Fly Daily was commentating, he would have to go and fix something or change something on the layout, or whatever. Just why isn't someone else there helping them out? Like, just get some intern from off the street. Like, go get the guy at Starbucks or Russian
Guy
Starbucks.
at Starbucks, we want you to run this high profile video game tournament. Good luck. We'll
Well,
give
it'd be
you
better than having a
the commentator doing it. Yeah.
yeah.
This actually sounds a lot like Wargaming. I know, the Forbidden Company. You mentioned them. World of
Oh,
Warships
oh.
had a YouTuber tournament very similar to this with very similar problems.
Hmm.
Except for it wasn't nearly as except for it wasn't live streaming the whole thing.
Oh. So how do you have nearly
So
as much party of whatever?
So pretty much how it worked is they would they would release a mission for all the YouTubers to complete, and then they had to make a video about them releasing it, about them completing the mission, and it had to be like comedic or whatever. It had to be a good video, but it had to be like less than 10 minutes, and then whoever had the more successful video divide, and there was like some algorithm which was basically however many views, comments, and likes you have is like divided by your subscriber and how large your fan base is by a certain amount,
Oh.
and that basically tells how many points you get for the video and whoever wins. And they had a lot of points.
That
Problems.
Basically,
sounds
make your own meme.
that sounds far too complicated and terrible in the long run. But hey, what do I know?
War Thunder is just a big meme.
I'm assuming that one of your friends are in the chat, Mr. Texas. Anyways,
The T114 sucks.
No, you.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go, chat. We got comedy.
Are there is there
I'm-
any
I'm
other
driving T114 while this boy's trying to insult me.
are there any other topics about the YouTuber tournament that we haven't covered? Like anything else to say about it?
YouTuber
I-
tournaments never end well. Okay, that's what I had to say. I've never actually seen a game do a YouTube tournament correctly. It's kind of dumb.
It never goes well.
Yeah, literally it never goes well. Something always has to go wrong. Hey, it's another T114. I broke the forbidden rule. Yeah, he has more kills than me. I'm sad. That one Batman. What happened to that 2 Batman?
Oof.
Anyways, I think we've gotten just about everything we need out of this tournament, out of this subject.
Somebody in trouble. Oof. Okay, next subject.
All
I need
right.
fresher meat.
Your of the Yorington or the yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So, next subject, we're gonna talk about the Victory Day sale and how people are upset
Okay.
about it, and just
Gaijin
stuff like
can't
that.
announce anything without people complaining. It's the
It
internet.
seems like that's been a thing as of late. I swear,
No matter how good Gaijin, like, I'm pretty sure I saw people complaining about the RP reductions.
What? Whatever.
There was somebody complaining about it. It seems like
I mean,
Gaijin can't say
people
anything.
actually complained when they first stated that they removed the pilot damage. One guy complained saying, "Oh, I prefer
Yeah, it's more
pilot damage."
realistic. I like it. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that comment. That was dumb. But yes,
please,
Gaijin
please.
can't say anything without making somebody upset.
Anyways, yeah. As of late, it seems very weird.
I feel like someone needs to go through and find all the drama around
Apparently,
Gaijin.
Pilot died, unfortunately. But
What is up, Jungler Nations?
Are you heard
They,
about?
they added back pilot damage and pilot died.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
so
just-
essentially,
I'm-
if
I'm
you've
like
been
5 times slower than usual. We're like red right now.
No, his internet just slowed down a lot.
he took some pilot damage. The
Someone threw a rock at him.
the Victory Day sale, if you've been living under a rock for some reason, is essentially all allied vehicles are 30% off. There are 2 packs of a bunch of allied planes and allied tanks, which are also 50% off. And then there's the MB5, the Narval, and the MBT Formal D that are also 50% off and will be removed after a while. Also, Golden Eagles are not on sale, but 1 year of 90 days of premium and 1 year of premium are also 50% off. And there is a event where, like, if you win a bunch, you get some decals and a gun. And
Oh shoot, my friends in chat.
I think
Oof.
that's all the details about it. But for some reason, well, not some reason, people are upset that it's only 30% off, not 50% off. But I think a moderator on the comments pointed out that since 2016, Victory Day sales have been only 30% off. So
You're expecting something that's out of the norm and saying it would be the norm.
People
Whatever
just
that
want
means.
100% off everything. Just make everything free. Fuck it.
If you saw the part about the tournament,
oh,
they always host Victory Day tournaments for Victory Day.
Oh yeah, those.
Nah, for
The
Victory Day?
prize.
I thought
The
Victory Day
prize
when we
for-
stopped fighting.
hold on, man. We don't
The
need you
prize for
commentating what you're doing here. Go on,
is
Pilot.
For first place, the prize for it's 1,500 golden eagles.
Oh, wow. That's
So-
amazing.
Wow.
For a 4 versus 4, popular for all the teams, incredibly hard to win. You get you get 1,500 for first place.
And a
As well as
camouflage for
camo.
the T80B. Just hope you have it.
Yeah, camo that you can get for 500 golden
For a
eagles,
tank that you
and
a
a
camo for-
decal that was incredibly common last year. So
Nice.
again, pretty pretty sad as well.
Honey
Like last year, I
Badger.
believe the prize was around 5,000 or something, but yeah, feels bad.
Shall I call the Fs? Chat?
Hold on a second. Honey
I think they're
Badger.
running out of Fs.
Hold on a second. Honey Badger just donated $1 and said, "Call Doom gay, please. Doom, you are gay."
Oh
Look,
my
you're a
god,
faggot.
my friend too. Oh my god.
Thank you for donating.
There you go.
Well,
Anyways,
now I have to slam your locker, dude. You know I have to do it now. Okay, you can talk now.
So the sale, the sale isn't out of the usual. The tournament, like again, it's only 1,500 golden eagles and a skin, like not even like some sort of event vehicle, like some sort of a joking event vehicle that they have hidden away. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about the topic?
I can bet that the skin is gonna be sold on the marketplace for $200.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you know it. Well, the golden eagles are worth less than $10. I think it's about $8 on the Gaijin store.
8 V-Bucks.
All
8
right.
V-Bucks, yes.
Honey Badger
V-Bucks.
donated another $1 saying, "There is more means to come, and I know slam your locker, and no, I slam your locker."
Oof.
Once again, thank you, Honey Badger. Just know that there is a chat that you can talk to. You don't need
You
to
don't have to
donate,
talk to
but
them.
I will gladly take it.
Also, if you notice in the sales, in the P47 pack, like all the packs that you see that have the 30% off, all the gold was taken out of those packs. So for example, the P47M, you no longer get golden eagles for purchasing it, only the 15 days of premium in the plane itself.
That?
Oh.
Let me guess,
Yeah.
they're gonna re-add the golden eagles as soon as the deal ends.
Yep, most likely.
Oh my god, that is.
Though to be fair, it is still a sale, but yeah, it's
No,
pretty
that's a dick move.
yeah.
Well, I want to see how much it was that GE worth, and how much in price does the sale knock off? Because if you compare, did their like $5 sale turn into like a $2 sale, or whatever it was?
Needs
They're
to
just
buy.
knocking it off just to reduce how much they lose. Because that would be a jerk move. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right.
But it's gonna, what do you expect?
You know what I like? They did it last year. I can't remember if they did years prior, but they had a. Was it last year? I don't know. I remember there was a event to give away the Katusha. Katusha is terrible, but it's a great meme vehicle, and it was kind of a joking event where you had to get kills in the that one Russian rocket tank.
You may get another donation. Just warning you.
Oh
DM,
no!
play with me or else. And I said no. He's like, okay, I warned you. I feel like all the comedy from this podcast is coming from my one friend who has way too much money.
Anyways,
Jor has become a meme at this point.
it's not a terrible. It's like it's a sale. They lowered the prices, so if you're planning to buy something, that should be good. If you're not planning to buy anything, well,
Screw you.
if you want 50% off, they always do that on the anniversary sale, which is like in October or something. But I think that's all that we gotta say on this topic. Also, guys, please add train. Next
Yo,
topic.
I can't wait for trains.
The
trains would be legit.
I don't know if they would
Dude, the
like.
American train tree. Yo, top tier American trains.
Hell yeah!
But the French tree is gonna be the most OP. So.
Anyways, let's get on to the final subject of this. Is the
Name.
leaked 3D models of the jets? Well, not jets, of the
There's
Japanese,
nothing Italian.
Russian planes, and the Corsairs. What's your guys' take on this?
There's
Which
nothing
Corsair?
Italian. I'm disappointed.
UPG?
I shouldn't be surprised. With the power creep, I shouldn't.
I'm surprised it's not Italian.
Oh, one thing I didn't know about this in my video, but apparently the what you call it, not SB, it's on the screen right now.
Yeah, those things.
This thing right here is actually in the game files right now, and is in fact actually was added when the other variant of it was added. Do you remember what this thing is called?
It's
The
got
DB3.
3A in the name.
The what?
The DB3. Delta
DB3.
Bravo 3.
Yeah, the DB3A, I believe this one's called. The DB3B we have in game. So I thought this was interesting because there's like there's the very small possibility that these vehicles that were leaked won't be added to the tech tree or added to the game. It's very small. It's most likely that they will. In fact, the DB3R being in the files implies that yes, they are going to indeed. So I guess that leads to the Corsairs being added, and what that means for the future of the game. Where's the American Corsair? There it is. Like, it seems like a very big leap.
These are the Crusaders, not the Corsairs. The
Oh.
Corsair 2 is like really similar to the Crusader, but they're different planes.
It starts with a C. I get the names mixed up.
So does
Anyways,
cat, but I don't think you're calling the Crusader a cat.
that's because cat and Crusader have a many different amount of syllables, if you can't tell. However, Crusader and Corsair have a similar amount.
Joke.
Well, your joke is trash. I have to agree with your friend. Okay, anyways. What was interesting is a dude got in touch with me on Discord, and Discord's being slow now. Pointed out to me that the Crusader could carry some crazy ordnance of AIM-9Ds and AIM-9Cs, and he said the AIM-9C is radar guided, and so radar guided ordnance would be added with the game essentially. Like, I think that's quite a dramatic.
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
Okay. Once again, Honey Badger donated $1 saying, "Doom, I warned you." Thank you very much.
Yeah, keep giving money to your. They'll buy it.
Shield Squad.
Anyways, what's your guys' opinion on radar guided ordnance being added to the game, or at least to a new top tier American jet?
Still not surprised.
It probably will shift the power creep the other direction. Instead of having T2s and G91Ys dominating, you'll just have the F8Cs. So.
Yeah, that's kind of my opinion about it. But my concern, not concern. Oh, actually, another thing that the random dude on Discord sent me is that the yeah, let's see if I can view the original. There was missile rails added in the files to the F3D Sky Knight. It should be popping up on the screen now.
Yeah,
weren't they suspecting that it would get AIM-9s and
And I don't know if it
Point
ever
87?
actually used AIM-9s, but I do know the Sky Knight, or at least a variant of it, was armed with radar-guided, I forgot what they're called. Sparrow 7 missiles, I think they were.
I'm 7.
So, what do you guys think about...
Glorious victory will soon be
yeah, so we're gonna give a 7.0 jet that gets a lead indicator and radar and 4 20mm cannons missiles. That's a great idea.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
It's
Because
7.0.
People told us
giving-
it was a bad idea, and here it is.
Because giving 7.7 jets AIM-9s wasn't bad enough.
I'd like to make an announcement right now. I think, and I could be sure that assists have been fixed.
Oh, yeah? That's nice
Yeah.
to hear. Hold on a
They
second.
have been fixed.
Honey Badger once again donated, but this time $5, saying, "I will yeet you from Texas to Russia." Thank you very much, Honey Badger. But anyways, see, the thing what I'm concerned about the F3D getting better and better ordnance is that the plane flies terrible. Like it cannot perform well at higher tiers, and its guns aren't too great. It's 4 US 20 millimeters, with no accuracy at all. I don't have
Emphasis
it
on
spaded,
the
so.
US 20 mil. The US. I guess his Sparkas aren't much better, but
No, it's got the same, I believe. Oh, actually, hold on. Never mind.
the
I thought
20
it had the
mils on
Vulcan.
the F3D aren't actually that bad. I've been
Um,
torn in half by them.
I don't like him. I don't like him. At least stock, they're shit.
yes, I have to agree. Let me
They
just bring it up on the
overhit
screen
in
real quick.
around 1 second of fucking fire. Just click the mouse and they're already overheated and jammed.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like I was trying
And
to ground pound on open top vehicles,
Oh hell yeah.
and they were just going everywhere. It was like I threw spaghetti at the
Yours
wall.
T114.
And you know what other aircraft has those cannons? The Crusader.
The Crusader has a. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people from another Discord that I know that are getting on the stream. This is cringy. My friend invited everybody from a completely unrelated games Discord to the stream.
So,
Yo, I should make a shameless plug for the Crab Exorcist right
Jesus
now.
Christ. Joe, why the hell are you showing the T114?
Yo, you should get my T114 skin.
I was going to, but let's stay
Bro,
on
it's-
topic for now.
Red, white, and blue. Kill that T114. No. Well, you can try with your Object 120. Bounce off the mantlet in true T114 fashion.
Anyways,
Hey, Yor, let's squad up.
Alright,
let's
let's get back on topic.
yes.
I mean,
Before everyone invites me to a damn
Squad.
oh no!
Oof.
Oop, that's what I wanted.
So,
Leak
yeah.
vehicles. So go on. Yeah, the F3D Sky Knight. Like, because of what it can carry, it could be up tier to 7.0 or something else, and that'd be a terrible outcome. Because it cannot
It's
perform well. It flies awful. But
But if you give it missiles, you can't leave it at 7.0.
well, yeah, you
Point-
can't. That would be. It sees
Yeah,
props.
I can't wait to shoot down 84s with aim 9s, aim 7s. Which the thing is, if they're radar guided missiles, they don't need the heat from the jet engine, which makes it even worse against props.
All right, so Honey Badger once again donated $5. Thanks very much, Varan. Saying, "Doom will not play with me, so I will meme and give this person free money and don't squad up with Doom."
Nice. Nice.
What if I send you a squad invite right now, Honey Badger?
Yes.
What if we-
Anyways,
Yo, he's sitting in General 1 right now. I dare you to bring him to the stream.
I want to finish up the subject, and then we can have it devolve into idiocy.
We'll just meme after this.
Of the other vehicles that are leaked, or in this these models that were leaked, was where is it? The Key 88. It's not here. Which was never completed. It was only a mock-up. Then Japan was like, "We don't want this trash. Get it out of here." I think what? I guess I forgot to upload. Oh no, here it is. The Key 80 actually is also just a Japanese copy of the Air Koba. But anyways,
Meme cobra.
there's another plane. I'm forgetting their names. Oh yeah, the J6K was also only a mock-up. It's possible the Gaijin is perhaps. I I guess bending the rules a little bit, allowing mock-up planes to be added to the game. What's your guys' opinion on that? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
My opinion is that two other people have joined Honey Badger in general chat.
Oh my.
Thank you very much for being very useful and adding your opinion to
Completely
this.
on topic. Completely on topic.
Yes, I
Back
know.
to the point at hand. I don't really have a problem with them so long as they don't perform better than in-game counterparts.
Yeah, if they're
Mhm.
not stretching their. The only problem I really have is if they're making like fake vehicles that the designers said are amazing but never got built, so they only have the designer's word to go by, and the designer is going to obviously exaggerate how good it is to get funding and stuff. So
I think that'd be a
that good.
decent
That would be
compromise. What about the was it a Ta 183 or something? It's that one German jet that all the wereabouts are
The Hookabine.
always going on
Hookabine.
about. Like, do you think they should
TA
add that
Important
thing?
229.
No. It's a German.
Glorious victory will soon be yours.
German plane.
It's a German plane. Well, actually, hold on.
Hookabine.
Hold on a second, because Honey Badger donated once more, only $1 this time,
Oh hell yeah.
saying, "Doom, okay, squad with me. Help, they're saying I made bad life choices." Anyways, thank you for your donations very much, Honey Badger.
Honey
But
Badger donated
I
$13.
can do the link for the Hookabine.
back to what I was saying, the if they were to add like people really hate the R2Y2s, and the R2Y2s were also never complete. In fact, I don't even think they made up the mock-up stage. I think they were drawn, and then they were testing a prop version of it essentially, and then Gaijin just copied some images from a book. So like, if they did add mock-up vehicles that weren't OP, I guess I don't think people would mind too much. Not many people mind about the what was it called? The BF-109Z.
Really?
Last thing I would like to talk about is the addition of the TU-12. If you don't know about the TU-12, it's a TU-2 with jet engines.
Sounds interesting.
To me, it's just like, because if you look at it on the screen right now, it literally just looks like they took a TU-2 and put jet engines on it. And we're like, yeah, that's good.
Seems legit. Let's go.
Like the
Okay, this
the back gutter is still open.
Honey Badger keeps getting better and better. Said he would donate $130.
Anyways, anyways, I think that's all the subjects we have here to talk about this week. So I thank you for joining me. I'm gonna let my co-hosts shill their stuff if they have anything to shill.
Yes, I have all the things to shill. Next, shill.
All right. Let's
Shameless plug.
As a side note, and as a
So who gets the first
Where am
shameless
I?
plug? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Why is he being moved around? All
He will
right.
donate $130 in $1 intervals. I never said my friend was smart. I just said he was my friend.
Anyways,
Oh yes, shameless plug number 1. Go watch The Crab Exorcist on YouTube. Just Google it.
all right. Pilot, do you have anything that you want to shill?
Shamelessly plug.
Not really, no.
All right. I was
Also,
gonna
the thing,
ask.
the VFW. Now, the VFW coupon can be traded for 1,600 war bonds.
Oh, very worth it.
Yes, definitely. I definitely want almost 2,000 near worthless war bonds for a rare vehicle.
I was going to ask if PG wanted to shill his stuff because I know he has a YouTube channel, but he seemed to
I do
have
too.
left.
I'm gonna shill my should I shill my YouTube video about War Thunder, my single War Thunder video? Life's
Honey
biggest
Badger,
question.
you happen to
Yes.
know this Texas friend.
Yes, he's big gay.
All right, thanks. Anyways,
Thanks for your input. Next person.
thanks for joining us.
Don't worry, I'm getting my shameless plug ready.
I'm glad you all came here.
A glorious victory
Prepared.
will soon be yours.
Now we
Okay,
gotta go
I
meme in
just-
T114s.
All
Make
right.
honey badger.
Shameless plug activated.
Thank you once again, Honey Badger, for donating $1, and you linked a YouTube video, and I clicked it, and it's not working. I think it's yeah, okay,
What? Nah?
and I got it to work. What did you link to me? Oh,
I got
Your
you,
shit-
Doom. I got you.
Wait, was that my YouTube
Doom
video?
Boy Gamer's YouTube channel.
Yes.
I got you, homeboy.
Yes.
Anyways, I think that's enough. I think we've covered everything we need to. So
Oh yes, and
Now we're gonna meme around in
he
T114s.
never said I was
Enjoy.
smart, and I'm not.
I'm going to end the stream now. Before
9!
you people completely ruined my online reputation. So thanks
I
for
don't know what
coming.
you're talking about.
I
have a
plan to do this
very,
every
very-
weekend. Well, not every weekend. I plan this to do every Thursday, and then I will then edit it and then upload it to my YouTube channel. So if you missed anything, you can watch it there. Thanks
You're
for coming,
stealing
everyone.
my idea of making highlights.
All right, bye.